Welcome everybody. Today we're going to take a look at a knife that I had no experience with prior to winning this. Yeah, I actually won this knife on a contest put on by my friends over at Rock Porch. That contest was sponsored in part by Gritr, and I won this knife. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. They shipped it to me, and I didn't know what to expect when I opened this box. And what I discovered was, this is actually a really killer knife. So we're going to take a look on the stump top here at what this knife has got going on and how sharp it is out of the box, all the really important stuff, and of course how well this knife does at creating a fire, which to me, if your knife can't make a fire, I've got no purpose for it on my kit. And we're going to discover what this guy's got going on. But once again, I'm really grateful for Rock Porch and for Gritr for making it possible for me to bring this video to you. And I got to say, I'm really happy that I won this knife. It is not going to end up in the tote of knives. This is going to end up actually being used on the regular. I love its flexibility of how it can be affixed. This belt mount has got a lot of flexibility, a lot of options. If you want to do scout carry, rotate this, you got scout carry. If you want to carry it tip down, no problem. It's already set up for that out of the box. Retention, really good. We're going to take a look at all of this stuff a little more depth right here on the stump top. That's coming up right now. Let's get an up close look at the Gritr Scout knife. I got to admit, I've been dying to play with this knife, and it is a really nicely made knife. It's got a Kydex sheath with really good retention. I mean, that is no joke retention on this sheath. We take the knife out. We look on the back. We've got an excellent clip system here. Pull this down, push it in. You can clip it on your belt. You can position this any way you want for scout carry, tip up, tip down, whatever you want. You can definitely achieve that with this. You've got some movable spacers here to adjust for your belt width. They have thought of everything. I love this clip. The sheath itself, again, it's minimalist, but it's very well made. Very good choice on the hardware as well. Now, this knife has G10 scales on it, which are kind of a freehand sculpted look. It looks great, and it feels really good in the hand too. And I have pretty big hands, and this thing fits in there super well. Now, the jimping does have a pretty good edge on the jimping here, so it might actually scrape okay. The back edge of the blade is kind of muted on the edges. You can see these are kind of rounded off, but the jimping does feel like it might actually scrape okay. And we've got a black stone washed finish on the knife blade itself. Now this is D2 steel, says so right there. And I got to tell you, it is get out of here sharp out of the box. We're going to do the old redneck sharp test here. And you can see there is a bunch of hair right there. Sharp, this knife has got it going on. But you know, we like to test our knives here on the DIY Maker, and we want to find out how good this is at actually making a fire. And one of the first steps to making a fire for me is batoning. I know there's people that don't like batoning with knives, but hey, you know what? There's sometimes you just need to do it. So right here we've got a pretty old piece of redwood that's been bug affected. And we're just gonna baton through this really quick to get us something to carve on for fire starting. Very easy to split. We'll do this one more time to give us some edges to work with. This is my Crow Magnum baton. Yeah. Now let's see how this guy carves. I'm going to bring piece of cardboard here so that I can transfer the fire easily. Yeah, it's not having any trouble on this old redwood. Getting some curls there. Going to trim them off, put them in a pile here. Then we're going to see how well this does at scraping this redwood as well. Jimping is pretty aggressive. But we're not getting a lot of good scraping results there. So that may be something that this particular knife just doesn't do well. Let's see how it does with some fat wood. We're going to try carving up a little bit here. Yeah, blade, the sharpness, the geometry, all of that stuff works pretty darn well. No issues there. But honestly, when it comes to scraping, let's see how well it does with the fat wood. Well, I'll tell you, the fat wood scrapes pretty darn well. Much better than the redwood did. So maybe there's hope for this guy after all. Now I am going to bring my little fire bucket over here and get that ready to go, because the next thing we're going to do is strike this with a ferro rod. Gonna get this stuff kind of put together here. And we'll see if we can get this lit up. I'm gonna move this. Ha! One shot, one and done. Yeah, so does the Gritr knife get us a fire? This Scout knife absolutely can get you a fire really, really quick. And it is an excellent tool if you're going to be out in the woods getting stuff done. This guy is not a bad tool to have on your belt or on your pack or just in your kit. Excellent, well-made knife. Excellent in the hand. It's got a lanyard hole right here. Yeah, definitely could recommend this knife to anybody looking for a solid fixed blade solution for your journeys out in the wild. Food prep, any of that stuff's going to be pretty well done with this. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you check out the links in the description and the pinned comment for this video. That's where you're going to learn how you can get your Gritr knife. And yeah, I'm over the moon with this guy. Really solid quality. And I want to thank everybody for watching, for tuning in today. And I want to thank, again, the folks that made this possible at Rock Porch and Gritr. Thanks, guys. You all have a great week.